In this screencast we're going to look at some basic animations to make objects move within PowerPoint. In this case I've got a netball court, I've got some players on the court, and I'm going to introduce some simple animations. So as an example, if I click on play, I've got the centre moving down, then I've got my wing defence moving in a curved line, and then the centre moves again. So if we wanted to create something similar ourselves, first of all I'm going to make sure I've clicked on the animations ribbon so that the animations ribbon is showing. And I personally find it easier to click on this button here for the animation pane, so this shows up on the right hand side. You don't have to do that, but I find that easier. Now let's start with a simple animation. I'm going to make my goal shooter move in a straight line onto the court. I'm going to go to this button that says add animation. Now it brings in here a whole load of different ways the animation can appear on the screen. So if appear would make it so that it's not visible at first, but then it just appears from nowhere. And there's all sorts of other options here. But what we're going to do is scroll down to motion paths. Now this one here is it makes it move, and there's different options, but personally the only ones that I use is lines and custom path. So I'm going to choose lines first. I'm going to double click, and what it's done is it's given me a green triangle, a line and a red triangle with a stop sign, and that's showing me that the path that it is going to take is along that line. If I want to change the path, I just need to click once on the line, click on the white diamond, and then just drag it to my new position, and when I animate it this circle will just move down that line. If I want to change the time or the speed in which it moves, I'm just going to go to the little down arrow next to the animation that's appeared, because this pane on the right is just showing a list of all the animations. Now the last one that I've added is number 4, so it's the 4th item in the list. Click on the down arrow, I'm going to go to timing, and then where it says duration I can change it. I can either use one of the pre-programmed times, or I can enter my own number. So I can just type in a number in seconds and click on OK, and it will now do that time. If you're using PowerPoint 2010, they've in fact put the timings up here in the top right corner, so you can actually just do it from this box up here, a little bit easier. But if you're using an earlier version of PowerPoint, then you have to go to the down arrow and choose timing to do it. So that's a straightforward straight line. If I wanted to do a motion path, or a path which is sort of curved or not a straight line, I go to add animation. I'm going to do a custom path. Now with this one here we have to actually start with the mouse in the middle of the shape, and I'm going to click and I'm going to hold, and I'm then going to drag my mouse, and then I'm going to double click when I get to the end. And that's going to show me the path that thing is going to follow during the sequence. And again I can change the timing to make it quicker if I want, or make it slower by increasing the number. An alternative way of doing it is I'm going to choose a different shape, add animation and custom path. Now this one here, rather than holding my finger on the mouse button, I'm going to click once in the centre of the shape. I'm then going to move my mouse to a new position, and every time I click it's going to kind of mark a corner. So it'll create a sort of a jerky line made up of straight lines rather than a free-form line, but sometimes that's what you want. And again, double click when I get to the end, and that shows me the shape that it's going to follow. So there's some simple ways of adding different animations: straight lines, free-form path, and then a cornered motion path. In the next sequence I will show you how to change the timing so that one appears after the other, or you can have multiple ones moving at the same time.